Tuchel's art of winning hearts. The buffet, Backstreet Boys music and intimacy are the way for coach Thomas Tuchel to captivate the Chelsea players as they prepare for the new season. Chelsea's start to the new season couldn't have been better. Played 2 games, they won both, added the European Super Cup to the traditional room, then beat Crystal Palace in the opening round of the Premier League. This can be seen as the result of the effort that Tuchel put in on the eve of the new season, the German coach's first pre-season at Chelsea since leading the team in January 2021. Tuchel proved he is a top coach in the eyes of his students, not just in the eyes of the public, when he led Chelsea to win the Champions League in May. But according to The Athletic, the past few weeks of summer training have only shown Tuchel's talent and charm, as well as providing more interesting perspectives on the 47-year-old leader. The preparation for the 2021-2022 season is not easy, as Tuchel himself pointed out in press conferences. That's when he had to work with a large number of players returning from a season on loan, and faces were brought in from the academy. Tuchel has to handle 42 players at the same time, half the number of 25 to 28 people as in the season. But a fuller picture of the German coach began to be depicted. It shows that Tuchel is really passionate and enthusiastic about the job at Stamford Bridge. Tuchel did not bask in the glory on top of Europe after beating Man City. A Chelsea insider told The Athletic, Tuchel sees the past pre-season as an open picture. He tells the players don't think about winning the Champions League, you know. And Tuchel himself looked at the faces he rarely worked with curious, amused eyes. He didn't frame any player. One of them was Trevoh Chalobah. Tuchel gathered the team and said, "This is your chance to shine." He doesn't like anyone feeling uncomfortable. And he makes summer training days hell for individuals who think they're back from vacation and still secure a spot on the first team. It will not happen. One of Tuchel's messages to the players is that he wants to see them train harder, more determined. After the friendly against Arsenal, Tuchel said bluntly Ruben Loftus-Cheek needs to continue to maintain 150% form, because 100% is not enough. The German coach did not hesitate and was shy to say what he was thinking in front of the team. No one is allowed to relax. He always wants more from the players under him. Many players in the pre-season gathering themselves also understand that they will not have many opportunities to be in the first team, even though it is a time when many key Chelsea names are still on holiday after Euro or Copa America. The group Danny Drinkwater, Ross Barkley, Time Bakayoko, who once made Chelsea burn nearly $130 million in transfer fees, were not even given shirt numbers and were allowed by the club to search for new destinations. But a team with so many individuals in such a state of frustration can have a negative impact on morale. Tuchel, therefore, wanted to create a positive atmosphere. This was shown when Chelsea trained in Ireland. During a practice session, the 47-year-old coach asked the losing team to perform a Backstreet Boys song in front of the team at dinner. According to a source from The Athletic, Tuchel also organizes singing, dancing, and basketball competitions. All members are excited. players feel comfortable experiencing new things at the right times. Last season, with the tight schedule, plus Tuchel's arrival, the players did not experience such extracurricular activities. They had to work continuously, non-stop. So, a few weeks of summer training helps the players realize that Tuchel is also a very cool and interesting man. Last season, the rare time the whole Chelsea team was able to relax was after overcoming Porto in the quarter-finals of the Champions League. At that time, even though he had to prepare for the FA Cup semi-final against Man City, Tuchel still let his students stay overnight in Portugal, instead of flying back to England in the evening. He organized a buffet, allowing his students to drink wine or beer. The German coach sees it as an opportunity for his students to better understand him, as well as to share a cozy atmosphere with the team's logistics team. Of course, in any given group, there are always individuals who prefer to be closed off, or appear annoyed, and sulky. That is even more true in a football team, because not everyone has the opportunity to play regularly, or to be placed in the wrong position according to tactical requirements. But even so, they still have special respect for the German coach. With a squad as packed with players in pre-season as Chelsea, and with varying fitness levels between individuals, Tuchel had no choice but to split the team into 3 to 4 groups. The former PSG coach trusts the fitness coaches in his coaching staff, thereby proposing a suitable training program for each group. Like any coach at club level, Tuchel certainly wants the players who have participated in the team tournaments this past summer, mostly the core individuals of the first team, to return to training soon. Center to be able to play immediately. However, Tuchel committed and thoroughly explained to them that he himself was in no hurry. This is demonstrated when extremely important names like Jorginho or Mason Mount, who participated in the Euro 2021 campaign until the final, did not start against Villarreal in the European Super Cup match. Jorginho and Mount only started in the next match, against Crystal Palace. Tuchel's primary goal is to find a way to keep the peace in the team. Tuchel considers that to be very friendly. He came to Ireland for a training tour with a group of players, most of whom knew they would not have many opportunities in the first team. But he still kept the atmosphere optimistic. You will see the image of him putting his arms around the players' shoulders as a way to encourage them, said the source of The Athletic. And yet, Tuchel was meticulous in his planning, but did not create a strict military-like discipline. There is no fixed or distinguished group. Any individual can move from one group to another. Tuchel organizes double sessions, where a group might do a particular exercise in the morning, but in the afternoon he's changed. Chelsea players are therefore always surprised. This is in stark contrast to previous generations of managers at Stamford Bridge, when they were always focused on the core or veteran groups of players and did not interact much with the rest. Tuchel also actively participates in every stage of the training session, as well as having a lot of private conversations with each individual. He is attentive and enjoys talking to each player, giving detailed instructions. At one point, the former PSG coach was willing to stop training, just to run over to someone's shoulder and tell them every little bit. The life of a Chelsea manager can change in an instant. The present joy can quickly disappear tomorrow. Winning the Champions League as well as the Lukaku deal will increase expectations and pressure. Tuchel understood the situation well. He tries to keep things under control. From the moment he took over the hot seat of Chelsea, Tuchel knew the club's ambitions well, describing Chelsea as a trophy hunter. But he also admitted that the team won the Champions League earlier than expected, while most of the squad were not players who had won the Premier League with Chelsea last 2017. What Chelsea fans want to know right now is whether Tuchel will change his tactical system this new season. Sources from The Athletic say that the German coach has considered using a 4-back system, in parallel with the 3-back formation that he prefers. Attacking players are also tested in many different roles. Tuchel especially emphasizes the element of endurance. He has given the players a lot of exercise in the past time and wants the selected individuals to really meet the high requirements in terms of physical strength, with the intensity of moving up and down, and the defense regularly. The attack must always put pressure on the opponent, from wing to wing. The formation must always be maintained regardless of any position. Tuchel asks each individual to play fiercely, ambitiously, explosively, and improvise even more. Training has become increasingly intense, compared to last season under Tuchel. The intensity is terrifying. 2 training sessions a day during the 2 weeks of preseason, a source from The Athletic described. The proof is that last weekend, after Chelsea beat Crystal Palace, Tuchel still held another closed friendly match against Weymouth FC in the lower National League. He wants to create conditions for players who have not played during the previous period, like Thiago Silva or Hudson-Odoi. Chelsea's schedule at the beginning of this new season is very challenging, when the upcoming opponents include Arsenal, Liverpool, then Aston Villa, Tottenham, and Man City after the team break. Tuchel understands himself and his students must not be neglected, because winning the Champions League or the European Super Cup is a thing of the past.